Star Wars Episode 9 is set to deliver tons of twists and turns and surprises for this movie by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are very eager to learn more about has all to do with the path of Rey and Kylo Ren in this film, and exactly what will happen to these characters, and exactly what the legacy of these characters will actually be. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with a description of Rey and what seems to be her child by the time the end of the movie arrives. Specifically, a description of Rey in a black robe with Finn, Poe, Rose, Chewbacca, and others behind her with the Falcon in the background. Rey is holding what appears to be a baby boy with black hair. It's like a direct parallel to when Beru was holding Luke as a baby in Revenge of the Sith during the ending scene. The next goes over with Rey now by herself with a young child, no older than 4 years old, holding Rey's hand and also has black hair, indicating that this is a time skip of some kind. The boy is described as having a striking resemblance to Ben Solo, and would explain why a young boy was cast in Episode 9. Both Rey and the boy are now on a grassy world with the sunset in the distance. So I really wanted to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, first things first, we actually did hear about a young boy that was cast for Episode 9 that also has black hair, and that seems to link directly up to this description involving Rey being with a baby boy and a young child by the time the end of the movie arrives. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this most definitely indicates that there is going to be some kind of time skip or time jump, whatever have you, by the time of the third act of the movie. Now, that's not the first time that they have done something like this in a Star Wars movie. Both Solo: A Star Wars Story and Rogue One had time jumps. Yes, it was during the beginning of the film, but both of those movies had time jumps in the very beginning of the films themselves. So, with J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, it seems like they're going to actually have a time jump at the very end of this movie. Let's say a couple of years, give or take, since this kid is no older than 4 years old, around that actual age. So, with that being said, how the boy is described as having a striking resemblance to that of Ben Solo. Is it Ben Solo's child as well? That's a huge question for sure. A lot of people have been talking about the Hutt sequence in Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and how it's very possible that that is indeed when Rey's son and/or child was conceived. And Rian Johnson himself even said that that's the closest thing that you would ever get to a sex scene in a Star Wars movie. And Rian Johnson, said that, Mark Hamill said that, and I don't know why they would even bring that up if there wasn't any meaning behind that, but whatever. Moving past all of this, what really does interest me a lot here is how there's a sequence involving both Rey and this young boy on this grassy world with a sunset in the distance. Now, this grassy world could very well be the planet of Lothal. There's a reason as to why I believe this is because if you guys go ahead and watch Star Wars Rebels, it's pretty much near the same exact, description here, where that planet is very grassy, it's got the tall grass and everything, a lot of plains out there. That's what I love about Lothal. It's a very interesting and unique planet. So this could be the same exact world in Episode 9, and after all, J.J. Abrams actually does plan on connecting this movie to Star Wars Rebels in some way, shape, or form. So let's get on to, the whole Rey's Child thing here. Is this a good thing in Episode 9, or is this a bad thing if this actually comes into fruition and actually makes it to the final cut of the movie? Is it going to be a good idea to actually have the offspring of both Rey and Ben Solo? Now, what do I think about this? Well, I think that this is a way of Disney and Lucasfilm securing themselves. Now, we do know that they plan to end the Skywalker saga forever, Episode 9, no ifs, ands, or buts, is the last Skywalker saga film. That's it, and they're ending it right then and there. However, let's say, for example, if they wanted to revisit the Skywalker saga once again in 10 years' time, if they ever change their mind, or, if their path did not work with the new Star Wars trilogy and whatnot, they may want to revert to the Skywalker saga. this could be insurance, if you will. This could very well be a backup plan where Rey as a child, you know, that's explained at the very end of the film, and they'll keep it at that. This way they can keep it open, and the possibilities are pretty much endless for a future new Star Wars trilogy that would explore that child, that would also have that Skywalker and Solo blood, as well as Rey's bloodline. And we can only imagine how powerful that child would really be now, right? A mixture of Ben Solo's blood and Rey's blood, you can really only imagine. But let me know what you guys think about Rey's son being in Episode 9. You know, if this does make it to the final cut of the movie, and if this boy that was cast for Episode 9 that we heard about over the summer actually does line directly up with this, I don't know how I feel about Rey having a child. I really don't know if it's a good or a bad thing at this point. It's all about how it's going to be executed on screen and exactly how it's going to be done by JJ and crew. We do know that by the end of this movie, there is going to be a huge revelation that is going to change everything, and it could very well be just this. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.